Thank you for making the time to join us for this webinar. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a warm welcome to you for making time for this webinar. Our webinar today is titled Rore, and Rore for Aquaculture, Smart and Simple Digital Support for Fish Farmers. My name is Julie, and I'm delighted to be a moderator. I serve as the Program Manager for the African Fish Welfare, Fish and Aquaculture Welfare Program, which is a continental initiative dedicated to promoting ethical, welfare-centered, and sustainable aquaculture across Africa. So today's session is actually organized in partnership with Rore, and Rore means Responsive One Health Resource Engine, and it's a digital platform designed to provide stakeholders. It's a digital platform designed to provide smart, multilingual, and accessible support to fish farmers and other stakeholders working in the One Health space. So our focus today is on how Rore's aquaculture interface is making it easier for fish farmers to access guidance on fish health, welfare, and disease prevention, and water quality, and all this in one simple language and on demand. So we are honored to have one of our key drivers of Rore's development with us, Dr. Kiki, a respected veterinarian and an expert in aquatic animal welfare, who will be taking us through the Rore platform and showing us how it works and how fish farmers can use the platform to improve their fish farming practices. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our distinguished speaker today, Dr. Kiki Oloa Rore. She's a veterinarian, an aquatic animal health expert, and the executive director of the One Health and Development Initiative, the organization behind both the AFIWEL program and the development of the Rore platform. Dr. Kiki is widely recognized for her leadership in advancing One Health approaches across Africa, and she has been instrumental in integrating fish welfare, sustainable aquaculture practices, and digital innovation and community level action. So through her work, she has helped expand access to practical tools and knowledge for fish farmers and animal health professionals alike. And today she'll be showing us how to use Rore. Dr. Kiki, we are honored to have you here. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julie. Thanks to everyone also who is joining us from whichever part of the world you are. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to be part of this webinar. So in this webinar, we'll be discussing something that we've been working on within OHDI, that's One Health and Development Initiative, and within the AFIWEL program, and also as part of our work in integrating and supporting the use of digital technologies to be able to provide access to health services, information, and support as much as possible. So I'll be discussing one of our very interesting landmark tools that we have developed for this purpose, and how it can be applied for aquaculture to support fish farmers with smart, simple, and scalable digital support. And once again, I am Kiki Okwe, and I will be taking you on this presentation. I'll be going through a series of slides, just about 10 slides, to give a background as to maybe first of all what AFIWEL is, what Rore is, and how it can be used, and then we'll go through a demo session. So it's going to be as practical as possible, and I encourage you all to join me in looking through this together, and after then we'll have question and answers. So this entire webinar will take just about 1 hour, and we hope to finish just right on time. Okay, so Rore for Aquaculture, empowering fish farmers with smart, simple, and scalable digital support. First of all, I will talk about the AFIWEL program. Just a bit, maybe some of us are already, aware and familiar with what we do at AFIWEL, but it's a Pan-African initiative that is supporting ethical, welfare-driven, safe, and sustainable aquatic life and production systems across Africa. And our pillars of work, I'm going to itemize them very quickly. Number one is that we are working to support policy integration of fish welfare into existing sustainable aquaculture frameworks or existing animal welfare frameworks. Secondly is that we support stakeholder training and capacity building. And in this case, training of fish farmers, training of people who work in fisheries and aquaculture, whether as researchers or as policy makers, or in any capacity that they do. But the goal is to train and to provide capacity building on different aspects of fish welfare, health, and other aspects of ethical, safe, and sustainable fish production, fish and aquaculture production. And then thirdly, we also work to provide access to quality information, services, and supports, which is where Rore falls very central into, and I'll discuss that later. And then we also work to improve market access and public-private partnership, particularly in the essence of improving in supporting the implementation of standards, that is welfare standards, food safety standards in the fishery and aquaculture sector, and to see how we can improve public-private partnership in ensuring that farmers have access to local and international markets once they're able to attain such, standards that have been set at different market levels. And then lastly, we are very much interested in consumer awareness of consumers on the need to consume and make good choices in terms of ensuring that they are consuming safe fish and aquatic products and also ethically raised fish and aquatic products. So talking about the part of access to quality information services and support, which is what I talk about, I talked about that this particular area is where Rore falls very much into in terms of the technology we are using to provide information, services, and support for different kind of stakeholders, and in this case, for people in the fisheries and aquaculture sector. And now, what exactly is Rore? What exactly is this tool that we are talking about? Rore, as mentioned, is responsive One Health resource engine. And it's a tool that has been developed to, it's a chatbot and platform. It's multilingual, by the way. And it's a chatbot that has been developed to provide access to quality and validated information, access to support where necessary, if you need much more than information, and access to a wide range of services where also needed. So it's smart, it's multilingual, it's AI-driven. It's a tool that has been developed with the support of artificial intelligence to be able to, provide such information and access to services. And it provides, like I said, answers, referrals, and support for health, agriculture, and ecosystem needs. And it provides all of this information for a very wide range of stakeholders, like I mentioned. It's actually built on a One Health approach platform. And it's a scalable tool because it can be able to provide support for the audience here is fish and aquaculture, farmers or professionals, and all that range of services. But of course, it goes beyond that. But that's the essence of this tool. It's scalable, it's adaptable. It's a tool that can be utilized for a wide range of audiences. And for the purpose of the AFIWA project, the AFIWA program itself, we have been working to ensure that we have the space or the allowance or the features that will help fish farmers to be able to utilize this kind of technology to have access to, all of these services that I've mentioned in terms of validated answers, referrals, and support for agriculture and ecosystem needs where necessary, and even health where necessary. It's a tool that is available anytime, anywhere, 24/7. Whenever you need Rore, it's available. It's a web-based platform. It's available on as a regular website, and it's also available on WhatsApp. And very soon, coming soon, we are actually working now towards ensuring that it's also available on mobile as a mobile app, and also accessible through USSD. You can be able to get all the things I mentioned in terms of answers, referrals, and support through USSD. And this is very important for us because we want to ensure that people, this services or this tool reaches as many people as possible, even the most marginalized communities. We want to ensure that it's not just for people who as long as they have a phone in their hand, as long as they have access to a mobile technology, they can be able to access this kind of tool with regards to information, services, and support as much as possible. And talking about the part of Rore being validated, reliable, private, and trusted. Now, one of the things we have done, and for those who are familiar with artificial intelligence, is this. One of the things we have done in development of this tool is that we have ensured that for every information that is provided that Rore is able to answer or provide when asked. I'll go through a demo to show you how this works. But for every information that asked, it has been validated and is continuously being validated, and it's trusted. We have ensured that we have been able to provide that level of triage or escalation. If anybody needs any support as much as possible, the information that comes from it, we have had professionals and experts work with us to sift through tons and tons and tons and lots of information that we expect that farmers will be needing, particularly fish farmers. We have had people who have worked with us in government, in research, to provide such support for us in validating and ensuring that it is reliable, it is trusted. And of course, because it's on your phone, it's private, so it's confidential, and it's very much whatever data that we have is very much more also anonymized. So it is reliable and trusted. And we have also ensured that as much as possible, it's a tool that even on a regular basis is a tool that we are continuously, because it's not just a one-time thing, we are continuously ensuring that there is continuous monitoring and evaluation of the development of the tool, of the information it's giving out, of the support that it's bringing, and to ensure that it's helping with proper access to such information, and also proper escalation of even more serious issues, like escalation to talk to a professional, an actual professional, escalation to get services as much as possible. So one of the things that also makes Rore unique and different from every other AI tool is this: we do not just provide, it's a tool driven by technology, but it's very much has a human-centered face in terms of the development, in terms of the management, and even in terms of the monitoring. So even though you are getting a first line of help, of information, of support, the extent of support that you need is driven by human beings, and human beings in the sense that is driven by people, our internal team, who are available as either as fishing and aquaculture experts, or as aquatic veterinarians or professionals across board. It also provides access to, when I'll talk about the access to the directory of professionals, where you can receive further support, not just the one you find on just the technology. If you need further support to get from professionals within your area, it provides all of that information. But again, I'm talking, so let me just go straight and continue to before we get to the demo part, where you will see all of what I'm talking about. Now, how does Rore benefit you? It helps with information and advisory. So many times farmers and even non-farmers, farmers and those who are just who just have a hobby to keep fish and aquatic products or animals, we many times, when as a part of our daily activities, we probably have information, we probably need information, and we are asking questions on what exactly to do. And many times, farmers can, it's either they speak to their fellow colleagues, or they go online, and there's just a lot of things, information flying around and going on. But what exactly do we consider as quality information, quality advisory, quality support? And this is where Rore comes in, because it has been validated, it is continuously monitored, and support is there. So it provides that trusted information and advisory for whatever support you need for your fish farm. So it answers questions on fish health, fish welfare, management, and use of antimicrobials, water quality, feeding. I mean, whatever range of questions that are needed or that can come up, it will provide an answer to that. And then it can also help to support your farm records management. So one of the things that Rore also has on the platform is that you can be able to log your observations on your farm. So as you go through your daily, as a farmer, you go to your farm, you wake up early in the morning, you go to see your fish, you observe your fish on sea, are they swimming well? Are they active, or they are looking dull and not, is their skin looking well? Is the water, changing in color? Is are you seeing any debris any debris that should raise an alarm in the water? Are you seeing are you seeing any mortality? Are you seeing any morbidity in terms of sick fish? Are you seeing any changes in their skin? You can log all these farm records and observations. And what it does is that when you have logged, if you continue to log for, let's say, over on a daily basis, after a week, it provides you with like a summary of the information that you have logged and what exactly to do in that case. So it provides you with like a general advisory. Okay, what do you do? Or if there's a case where it's in the things that you have logged, there is a sense of an alarm. It provides a feedback on what to do in those cases. And this particular part of it is actually also very much in development, and will also continue to improve based on the usage of the platform. So what happens is that because you have records, and you're able to log these farm records and observations of your farm, it can help in terms of your support for market readiness, for market access. Now, as I mentioned earlier in talking about the AfriWorld program, one of the things that we are working to do right now is I want to create market access frameworks in the different countries that we work in, and train farmers to support their readiness for access to local and international markets that are available across board, which And many of these markets need, things like, do you have standards for welfare? Do you have standards for health? And how do we attain these standards? You need records. People who work in this, market frameworks, many of them need to see farm records. People who are ready to finance your farms or support your farms or support the different kind of farming or provide them financing or provide some kind of resource mobilization for farms. They want to see an evidence of proper record keeping and to see how much progress has been made in terms of logging of farm records and observations. There are a lot of things that this thing, and we have a webinar coming up that will discuss this in full in terms of supporting readiness for market access, financing and resources mobilization for all of these things. But these are the kind of things that such market frameworks will need. If you want to be able to access international markets, for example, and they're asking, and you need to meet standards such as health and safety standards or welfare standards. Part of what will be requested for you is where are your records? Not just records of how much have you produced, but also health records. What kind of drugs have you been using over time? What kind of feed? What kind of just different questions around your production and management and all of those things, and health records and mortality levels, morbidity levels, and everything that is required on how you have managed your farm so far. Those are the things that will help with supporting readiness for market access. But again, that's another conversation for another day. But this too will help to provide support for that when you're able to log your farm records consistently, and it gives you feedback, and it helps you to be able to, the feedback you receive can be able to help you to take action immediately. So it's also serve as an early warning system. You take action immediately to be able to correct whatever issues that you have seen on your farm, or you can be able to contact a professional or a service on the platform to be able to help you to take necessary action if you don't know what to do. And then, next, just as I was talking, access to professionals and services. This is one thing that Rore also has. It connects farmers to aquaculture professionals and service centers, and also connects service providers to target fish and aquaculture farmers who need them. So this is also one part of it that we will show in the demo coming up soon. So again, Rore features, it's available on web and WhatsApp. Like I said, it's available in 9 languages. We have structured, validated answers. It provides daily tips. Yes, provides daily tips on how to manage your farm. Just things that, daily tips on how to manage your farm, use of antimicrobials, responsible use of antimicrobials, by the way, access to services, water quality, feed, different things. There's also the part that helps with, if you cannot, you can also be able to use voice inputs. You can, press record. It will send the answer to the platform and then type a response back to you. Also gives access to service centers, directory of professionals, daily log of health and farm information, and then you have weekly summary reports on how your farm has fared, what corrective actions you need to take, and how you can access services or professionals to help you take those corrective actions. So this is, for anyone who is watching, if you can just go to www.actually.com, and then this is the barcode. You can just take a picture, or you can take your camera and scan the barcode, and it will take you straight to the website. So maybe you can take a few minutes to do that if you are not watching from your phone, or if you are watching from your phone, you can just type www.actually.com or whichever way it works. But we'll go through everything together. But this is a website for you to be able to log in and look and see the website for yourself. We'll also share this in the chat bot. So what is the progress so far? We launched Rore officially about 5 weeks ago, and we're happy to let you know that so far we have had about 1,000+ users. This has been really remarkable for us to see the adoption and acceptance so far. And just to give a big background as to why we developed Rore, we have been working on different spectrums of One Health in terms of health, in terms of agriculture, in terms of supporting ecosystem sustainability, biodiversity, and all that. And we have seen that it's been a major challenge in terms of, after we visit our communities, we train farmers, we guide them in different, best practices on different things. And then when we leave those communities, we see that farmers always want to get more information. They always request support. Oh, Dr. Kiki, my farm is this. Oh, Dr. Nasiru, there's something wrong. How can I get which fisheries in aquaculture which fish expert is available? Is there anybody that can help me to do this? How can I get this? It's just lots and lots of questions. And of course, we are doing our best and doing our work to ensure that we are providing support to farmers as much as possible. We even have a WhatsApp group now that I think for the fish and aquaculture groups, we have about 1,000 or so farmers currently across different countries. So we are trying our best to provide as much support as possible. However, we saw that with the use of AI, artificial intelligence, we can actually do better. We can make it more efficient. We can make it more systematic. Lots of stories, wonderful stories that we've gotten, that farmers have, been grateful that we have been able to connect them to professionals. Professionals have said they've gotten customers, or they've gotten support, they've gotten been able to get clients just because we have been able to put them, connect them together. Access to, a farmer needs support, there's a professional that probably, is looking for more clients, and we're able to connect them together. So now, and this is part of why we have seen this level and amount of users in such a short time. We've not even done much promotion, but we've been able to say this 1,000 plus users who are already using it conveniently for different types of support that they need, including fish and aquaculture farmers. And for some reason, the focus is Africa because we work in Africa, but we have seen quite a number of users coming from 22, I think it's more than 22 countries now, but countries within Africa, outside Africa, we have seen quite a number of users across board all this. And then we have also continued to validate our content. We take content validation very seriously. We take validation of services and professionals very seriously, like we'll show you. We want to make sure that people are getting the best information that they can get online, offline, as much as when it comes to information, when it comes to services, when it comes to professionals. We want to make sure that we are validating every single part of the process, because we know the importance of getting the right information and how much impact that can have in how you can even be able to be more effective in your farm management and production process. So yes, let's go straight to the demo. Please, if you have any questions from here, you can type it in the chat box, but we'll go straight to the demo now. I'll just type the website now. .ask.com. Okay, so this is the outlook of the website itself. Like I said, it has a broad uses, but we'll focus now on how it can be used by fish farmers. So, and of course, it also has the daylight use, and if you prefer to have things dark, like me, because of my eyes, I prefer to have this dark setup. So you can choose to have it in a daylight version or in a night version, depending on what you want. And what you do is, this is supposed to be, okay, I'm going to let me sign out. I've not exactly filled my profile, but this is what you will look if you want to, let's say you want to try the chat, for example, and you want to try the daily log, or the directory doesn't have to, for now, the directory is still very much public, but this is what you have so far. And I'm going to sign in with Google to make things faster, because it's already hosted on a Google platform. So I'm going to sign in with this. You can choose to sign in this way, or you can choose to sign in with your, just putting your name and email. So it will take you, whatever way you sign in, you have to complete a profile, because completing the profile helps us, like it's written here, it helps us personalize your experience by completing your profile. We're able to know, who you are, where you're from, give you the right tips to use, and maybe also help provide better support with whatever issues you have, or whatever support you need on the platform. And as you can see, I talked about the tips. So these are just tips that are coming up. You'll continue to see this. You can choose to cancel it, or you can choose to just wait, and it continue to bring you different tips where it shows different information, and it will be personalized based on what you choose, because I've not put in anything yet, so it's not exactly personalized, but based on the kind of, when you fill your profile, it's going to be personalized as much as possible to tailor to your needs. So I'm just going to put a very quick name here, I Feel Well program. So this is important for the essence of WhatsApp. So this is optional, like you said, but if you want to be able to use Rore on WhatsApp, this is very, very important and very well needed for you to use. So, but I'm not going to put in the phone number here now. Country of residence, of course, Nigeria. I'll put in Nigeria. I'll put in Abuja. English, animal health. Let's say farmer. Depends on what you want. How do you plan to use? Let's say I'm going to just select everything. And I mean, I just want to quickly make sure that we are filling this as fast as possible. So for the referral code, please, I think one of Julie or Dr. Bashira, kindly put the referral code into the chat box so that people can be able to use it, because we want to be able to know where you got, how you're able to access Rore. So it's important for you to put this referral code, because this also helps with other it also helps for us to be able to know the personalization for you as a fish farmer, and to be able to provide tailored support for you as much as possible, being a part of the AfriWell program. So the referral code, please enter it here, and then you save profile. Oh, I don't know what's going on. But okay, let me use another platform. I don't know what's going on, but we'll have to check in with our tech person there. Okay, so for this one, it's already logged in. Okay, this one is already logged in. And then, but once you log in, of course, it takes you straight to the homepage again, and then you can be able to go straight to the chat as much as possible. And this is where you're able to use the chatbot. So as you can see here, and actually this is good because you can see I have a history of things that I've requested from Rore, blah blah blah, about this is my own personal distance, so please don't look too much. But this is but these are things that your existing chats that you have seen, that you have been able to, that you have asked Rore so far, so you'll find most of it on this place. And now we'll have a new chat to talk about my specific question on fish and aquaculture. So let's see. Hello, welcome to Kikiokwe, welcome to your wonders companion, blah blah blah, and everything. I have a question, and I ask, let's say my fish are not eating well. Some are swimming sluggish. What else again are things that people might have issues with? Let's say I just make some observations on the farm. Okay, I just say what could be wrong and what should I do? Okay. So it's loading to take some time to figure out what you're asking or what you're trying to, or what the kind of answers you want to get. And then it's response. So this is the response. I'm sorry to hear that fish are not doing very well. Understand where you can be seeing them sluggish. Check water quality, monitor temperature, inspect for disease, review feeding, reduce stress. Provides all of this great information, and then further ask you, do you have any specific details you want to share that might help narrow it down? And maybe I now think, actually, I mean, let me say, for example, where I stay currently, it's been raining a lot. So let me just say, it's actually been raining a lot the last few days. Could this be affecting my fish in the pond or my fish? Let's see. So it takes a few seconds once again, and then it provides a response. So it says, I'm glad you've mentioned the recent heavy rain. I understand you're concerned about blah, blah, blah. Weather changes, especially heavy rainfall, can indeed affect pond conditions and in turn your fish health. So it says again, check, water quality is always one of the first things to check for when it comes to most fish issues, complaints with a fish farm. So check for water quality changes, monitor oxygen levels, look for temperature drops, clear excess debris. By addressing these factors, blah, blah, blah. And so it continues to ask you questions. Have you noticed any changes? It continues to ask any questions. So let's say, I now say some of the fish were dead when I got to the pond this morning. What do I do? So at this point, of course, when you start talking about, when you start talking about, dead fish and all of that, then it's definitely continues to give you as much information as you need. And at some point you can say, I need to speak to, can you get me? So now this is one thing that will take us to the next level of work, which I will now share with you now. Can you refer me to a fish specialist or veterinarian? So I'm going to show you something now, which will take me to the next part of what I'm going to show you a demo on. Okay, this is just it's bringing a feedback. We can choose to give a feedback and then to continue to, I'm going to repeat this again because there's a bit of an error here. It's still very much in development, so. Okay, so what you should do here is that it's supposed to bring in a list of, specialists that we have on the platform. This is obviously an error, and we'll speak to our tech person on this. But it will take us to a list of specialists or veterinarians that we have on our platform. Either maybe whether a specialist, or it can take us to, let's say, if you ask for a hospital or a facility or a fisheries facility to be able to provide support with whatever you are doing, it can take us there. So let's ask, for example, what of a fish facility supports or clinic. Now we don't have any clinic or fish facility support on our directory yet. So it would, of course, give something different for now, because what we have currently is just medical facilities at this time. And this is basically why I wanted to show this, because I wanted to show you that this is an opportunity for anybody who has expertise in if you have any expertise with fisheries, if you have any expertise with you have a facility, or you have a fish consultancy, and you are willing to be a part of this is an opportunity for you to actually come on board and be able to complete the directory. So here it just gives, because we don't have any particular fish facility support, it just gives generic information. Contact local aquaculture associations in Nigeria, because I'm in Nigeria, so it gives me information only based in Nigeria. So organizations like the CAF Fish Farmers Association of Nigeria, other fisheries group, reach out to veterinary services or aquatic animal health specialists in your region. Some vets in urban areas like Lagos, Abuja may specialize in fish or have connections to fish health experts. Check with agri extension officers, search online for fish clinics. And this reason why it's bringing this is because we don't yet have any special facility onboarded on our directory. But if you ask for things like, I need a medical, let's say, health clinic in my area, let's see what it brings out. you can see, because I've asked for medical clinics, which we have on our platform, it has brought out nearest medical facilities. So, and because I'm currently in a place in Abuja, it brought out medical facilities that basically are around the area where I currently am at this point taking this meeting. So this is the essence of, part of what it does. And one thing you should also notice that it will also ask for your location, because before it gives information, it needs to know where exactly you are located. So it will ask, sorry, not attach file. It will ask for, okay, I want to cancel this. It's going to ask for your location, and then you can be able to share that information as much as possible. So once you have the location set up, it will give you the information you need within the area that you are. So let's go to the directory part because of time. Don't want to move. So this is what the directory looks like. Find facilities, find professionals, add your listing. So if you want to add your listing as a professional, you click this, and then you either submit a facility. It says healthcare, veterinary, labs, waste, other service entities. You submit it here. Submit a professional information. You submit it here. So if, for example, for myself, I'm an aquatic veterinarian, I would fill in my information, my name. I'll fill in the categories that I have particular expertise in. So aquaculture and fish health, and maybe any other thing that you think you have expertise in. Any other services that would not listed in all these lists of services, feel free to include them here. It of course asks for your location, where are you located, country, state, your city. Of course, ask for your professional email, your website. If you have any website, to provide that information. What languages do you communicate in? Because this is a multi-country tool. Anybody, it's always great to have different, languages that will be hosted on this. And then, of course, to put in your custom hours. So you can either choose, if you do 24-hour service, you can put it here. If you have custom hours, you can select your opening time, your closing time, and any additional notes that you think will be necessary for this. And then, again, back to verification. You need to give us proof that you are indeed able to, qualified as a professional that you claim to be. So we will ask for things like your operational license, your certificate, verification, whatever it is that you have to convince us that you are indeed a professional that you have, and it must tally with your name that you put on the platform. This has to be uploaded, and it will not be published. It's only for our internal verification purpose only. So don't worry about it. We are not going to have anybody's documents online. And then you submit for review. So our team internally will review this and get back to you within 3 to 5 business days before it is, published online. So this is part of what this will do for the directory. And the same thing we also go for if you want to enlist your facility. The same process would also be taken. And like it says, all submissions undergo a thorough verification process by our team. Will contact you in 3 to 5 business days within updates on your submission status. Approved listings will appear in our directory with a verified badge. I want to be sure I've not missed anything. One more thing, please, before we close, is this. Rore is also available on WhatsApp, like I said, and for the WhatsApp function, you're just going to click this. Of course, you can either, if you don't have WhatsApp, if you have WhatsApp on your phone, you can just scan the barcode here, or just open WhatsApp on your laptop. You have on your laptop. So I have WhatsApp on my laptop, so I just open here, and then it takes me straight to the WhatsApp platform, and I chat with it like I'm chatting like I'm chatting with an actual professional, an actual person. And you can continue the conversation from WhatsApp on there. You don't have to come back to the website. It may refer you to the website, for example, if you want to check the directory. But generally, you just have everything you need just by chatting via WhatsApp, and you can take up the conversation from there. I'm trying to be sure that I'm not missing any other thing. For the daily logs, which is here, I talked about, daily log. This is where you log observations on your farm. You will click here. You can either do a quick log and say, of course, you will choose animal because you're dealing with an animal here. You can say, oh, I just want to click, maybe you don't have time, just want to click something just to be sure that you've logged for the day. So you can say, oh, notice, I didn't really notice something much, notice nothing unusual. I will continue monitoring closely. And then you can just, put more information here on what you saw and then save daily log. Or you can choose to provide something much more detailed. So here you will write everything that you've seen in your farm. My fish today, they are swimming well, they are eating well, they ate, for all my fishes ate a whole 1 kg of feed today. I also changed their water today. You basically write as much, be as detailed as possible, because the more details you give, the more quality feedback you will get. The more details you give, the more guidance and the more the more information that you will get in terms of how to manage your feedback that you get. So if you can log whatever you want and fill it here, and then put a severity level. If there's no issue with your farm, you choose low. If you think your farm, there's something wrong and you need urgent attention, you put high or critical, and then you save daily log. And so what happens is this: when you view reports over like a period of time, it will share information on, it will probably give like a summary of what you've logged and give important information, general advisory, alerts, and anything that you need to be able to take more information. It's not very detailed here because there have been just few entries, but you can, the more you log, the more information it will give over the kind of things that you have logged, particularly on your fish farm. So I'm trying to see if there's any other thing that I missed in terms of the demo. But generally, this is how Rore works. Access to information, quality information, access to referrals, to professionals or services that can help you, and also access to any other further support that you may need, whether with our team internally. And our team, but when I mean our team, we are not just based in Nigeria. We have, a network of professionals and people a growing network, let me put it that way, of professionals in fishing aquaculture, who we are going to be hosting on that. Most of them will be on the directory soon, but who you can access in terms of needing support, whether remotely or in-person support on the fish farm. So this is where I will stop now because of our time. There's a lot more to share, but I also want to respect our time. And I'm happy to take any questions from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kiki, for such an insightful presentation. Dr. Bashirat will take us through the question and answer session. And we have a lot of questions. This is exciting.
Oh, really?
Okay. Dr. Kiki, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So we'll start with the first question from Joshua Carter, which says, please, with the section of primary interest, can I select 3 which I'm interested in instead of 1?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. You can select. And that's why it's One Health. Even though the focus of this conversation is on fishing aquaculture, feel free to select other domains that you think would be of interest to you. For me, I selected everything because I also want to know about my health. I want to know about I'm a vet, so I deal with animals. I want to know about animals. I want to know about my environment. I want to, get information on all these areas. So I selected everything. And that's why that's the essence of what Rore is adaptable, is expandable. It's a tool that can be adapted to your specific needs.
Okay. All right. This next question, I think you handled it in your presentation, but just to be clear again, McDonald Julius says, I see you're only using it in English language. Does it understand some other languages in the 22 African countries now available?
Yes, it understands. Apart from English, it understands 8 other languages. You can type it in 8 other languages. And I think you can type it in French. I have to remember the languages now, but French, Swahili, Portuguese, Arabic. I have to confirm the list, but I mean, you would see it on the platform in terms of the languages that are available. Or you can always, once you, based on the language that you saw in the, for example, on the directory view, those are the languages that are available currently on the platform.
Okay, ma. And then next, Achembong Ado, I hope I'm pronouncing that well, says, kudos to Rore team. I want to know whether photos can be uploaded on the app for technical advice.
Yes, so for now, we have not put in the photo. That's a very good question. For now, we have not put in the photo part of things, but you will find this working on or before the next 1 month. We wanted to make sure that without the photos, every other thing is working well and fine before we bring in the photo part, because that's another major feature entirely. But yes, the photo part is coming in, and it's part of what we are working on alongside the app and USSD.
Okay. Frederick Umma says, what is the geographical reach of this platform? Is it another platform of AI? Can it support the use of local language for ease of communication with the old?
Yes. So again, like I mentioned before, it's available in 9 languages. Over time, we'll continue to, this is a starting point, and this is where we are starting from. And the essence of this is that as the platform grows, as the usage increases, it continues to expand in terms of it's available. It can be available anywhere, by the way. It's a global tool. But in terms of the uses for language, for accessibility, also for access to professional services, it's something that will continue to grow over time. But where we are now, we are very proud of what we have achieved, and seeing that it's being used already by over 1,000 people is a very great, it's something that is very encouraging, and we are proud to have it. And over time, we'll continue to improve the features. Every single app that I use, even your phone, they keep bringing new iPhones every year, so you can know. So if something as simple as a phone is being updated over time, over and over again, what more or less a tool like Rore? So every app that you have always has, it starts from somewhere and then continues to expand and expand over time. Facebook was not the Facebook of today, was not the Facebook of 10 years ago. LinkedIn was not the LinkedIn of 10 years ago. Even ChatGPT was not the ChatGPT of 2 years ago. So there is definitely room for growth and expansion, and continuously including and making sure that it is functional for everybody who uses it, for everybody who chooses to use the platform as much as possible.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kiki. And there's one more here. Thanks for bringing us along. My question is the professional assistance free?
Professional assistance free. Oh, okay. So if you're going for the professional directory, you can choose, it depends on the professional. You can choose to make your service free. And I think that's a very good question, because we need to put some, in the filling of the form. Are you offering fees, free services, paid services, subsidized services? I think I got this question sometime yesterday. So I think it's something that we need to take more seriously, because it needs to be very clear what kind of service you're providing. Is it paid? Is it free? Is it subsidized? That's something that we'll put into the list, in professional listing, so that we can be able to, anybody who looks at the service directory will be able to know what to expect in terms of accessing the professional services, and maybe even how much, or what's the pricing like. So that's something we will include on it also. Thanks for bringing that up. Very, very, very good. Very good information.
Okay. Jessica Ringo wants to know how secure is the data of farmer uploads? Is it protected from data breach in case there is a need for further study or research?
Yeah, so first of all, if you check our privacy policy, we made it very clear we don't sell data. All data is anonymized. We don't use data. We don't give data to third parties, especially without consent. And we don't even give data to anybody, not even with or without consent. But even if there's a need to give data, it is going to be with consent. So the data is our privacy policy is on the website, and feel free to read it and check it out. It very clearly states, our stand in the use of data, and our alignment with responsible use of data at every point in time. So don't worry about your data is safe. Your data is not prone to data breach or identification of people through their data.
Okay, we have a couple of people raising their hands. I don't know.
Yes,
Dr.
please.
Okay.
Yes, you can ask them to unmute, or I'll just press ask to unmute here. I think the first here is Achiem Bong.
Yeah, please. My name is
Yes.
Champonado from. I wanted to find out. You see, not all farmers are able to type maybe fluently and faster, and sometimes the condition on the field will not permit you to do a lot of typing. So I wanted to find out whether there's a system where maybe some photos can be uploaded, and then it will provide some feedback of maybe some technical advice or something. So that's what I wanted to find out. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. I think I've answered this question already. So we are working on the photo part of things. And it's something that, based on the timeline that we have, it should be ready within the next few weeks to a month. A month is like the stretch, but that would be ready very soon. We understand very much that photos are very important. However, the other option that the farmer can use is, instead of, for now, because we'll still have the photo later. For now, a farmer can use the voice function. Just press record, say what you want to say as clearly as possible, and then the tool transcribes it into text and then responds to the farmer in text. So that was also an alternative to you, because that's also a function on the Rore tool. But definitely the photo part is coming in very soon. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think we'll just take one last one so we can wrap up the meeting. Back at Tijani.
I think the person has put down his or her hand.
Okay. Ibrahim Alao, are you there? Can you unmute and speak?
Okay. Or maybe can we have Bashir Olabi then, if we don't have?
Yes, because we need to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, Daniel, we can hear you. Yes.
I am Albert Wandera from Kenya. I am actually a fish pathologist, and I just have a few questions to Dr. Kiki. I wasn't able to type. So, according to the presentation I saw, is it another just example of an AI that collect data from different places, or can it be molded into a ground-based kind of solution? Because as we understand, like in Kenya, you'll find that we have different things when it comes to fish farming and aquaculture. Whatever the book and the internet says might actually not be true to what is on the ground locally. And the next question is on referrals. Are you in Kenya? Like, do you have referrals in Kenya, and how does it work? Like, if I want to get referrals, because as I understand, you talked about veterinarians. Most veterinary people have no clue about fish health, and most, like in Africa as a whole, I won't speak as a whole, but as an example, we have few people that understand fish health. So whom are you bringing on board, and how are you vetting these referrals? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll answer your second question first. So on referrals, first of all, AfriWell is an inclusive platform that we operate an inclusive manner of our approach to things. Anybody who has specialty in fish health, fish welfare management, it could be a fishery specialist, it could be a fish health specialist, it could be a veterinarian, aquatic veterinarian, it could be even a fish farm manager. We are very inclusive in our approach to things. I am a veterinarian, for example. Julie is not a veterinarian. She is a fish health specialist. Other members of our team, some of them have done, things around animal husbandry, fishing, aquaculture. So this is not whether you are, it's not a fisheries health versus veterinarian thing. It's an inclusive platform for anybody who has the appropriate certification and the appropriate experience to be able to perform his or her work to support fish farmers or support fisheries institutions. So on the directory, how we are able to know who is who, first of all, is this. Like I mentioned when I was doing my presentation, or when I was doing the demo, there is a place where you put in your certificate, where you have to upload the certificate. It's not going to be published online, but it's for us to be able to verify who you are and to confirm that you are indeed the professional that you say that you are. Because if you are going to get a job anywhere, certificates, they will verify your certification, whether it's your BSc certification from school, or it's your certification from whether it's your CV. They will look at a number of things to verify and to confirm that you are who you say you are. So we have asked for different things, including CVs, your certificates from your certificates from your whether BSc or Masters or PhD, that has to be there. Then other things like you have any government approved certification, and this is particularly for facilities that, you know, say they do this work on fish, or maybe do some business on fish. We require such documentation to be able to have this verification process. This is very, very important. So we have this inclusive approach to ensuring that as long as you're a certified professional of who you claim to be, you are welcome on the platform. Then, so the first question, I can't remember it now. Julie, can you remember?
I think he also asked a question about whether we're actually in Kenya.
Okay,
in terms of representation. Yes.
Representation. Oh, yes. We have a fellow in Kenya that is actually, Joe, I don't know if he's on this call today, Job Omweno. He currently works with the government of Kisii on fisheries and aquaculture. He works in the Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture in the government of Kisii. So we have presence in Kenya, and we are actually going to be having one of our activities in Kenya very soon, over the next 2 months, but that will be announced later. But yes, we do have presence in Kenya. But other than that, again, like I said, our platform is inclusive. It's not dependent on what country you're based or where you stay or what language you speak. I mean, as long as you have any of the language on the platform, which will continue to update over time, you can be able to use Rore for whatever needs you have. And again, like I said, this is a starting point for us. We are going to be expanding on many levels in terms of language representation, in terms of geographic representation, of users, and even of professionals that can provide services and support to farmers and other institutions that need fish farms and fishery support. So this is something we are also working on.
And also, just to add to what Dr. Kiki is saying, Albert Wandera, please feel free to join us. If you have the expertise that we need, then you can be an expert. Please fill in your details in the directory and you can be part of us. In the interest of time, we should be closing this webinar. But thank you so much, Dr. Kiki, for that very insightful, amazing presentation on Rore. I understand the passion you have for Rore. And thank you everyone for making time for this meeting. Just before we end it, we have a webinar series. So this was just one of the first webinars that we'll be having across the year. And our next webinar will be happening on the 30th of July, and it's on finance. The webinar is demystifying fish farm financing and unlocking opportunities through understanding standards and market systems. What's going to happen during this webinar is that we have very amazing panelists coming in. We will have Dr. Harrison Charo from the World Bank giving a presentation. We will have Dr. Fisher Mwale, the owner of Yalelo Farms, also talking about financing. We'll have Dr. Mukurezi Pierre from FAO, and we will have Mr. Friday Nwokolo from the banking sector giving presentations on how farmers can improve access to financing. So please do not miss out on that. Please keep watching out. We'll be putting out a lot of adverts on social media to just make sure that we get all of you to join the meeting. It has been very amazing just listening to Dr. Kiki's presentation and understanding better what Rore is all about. If you have any questions, we have our email on the Q&A on the chat box. Please reach out to us and we can partner together, work together in improving the aquaculture space. Unless there's anything else, we should just be wrapping up the meeting. But okay, Dr. Kiki, you have a question from Seiram. I hope I mentioned your name well, but she said, can you kindly address the challenge with the sign up?
Yes. I'm actually currently in conversation with our IT person, so it will be addressed soon. Don't worry.
Okay, and someone is requesting that we share the meeting recording. Please just send the email to Dr. Bashirat on the One Health email that has been provided. Then any concern you may have, we'll address it from there because the meeting is supposed to be ending. We do not want to go past the time, which we're already done by 5 minutes. But thank you so much for making time.
We will send follow-up information on the meeting recordings and every other thing in regards to joining Afriwell platform and Rore and all that. You will get all the information needed.
Yeah. So that's it for today. Keep on the lookout for our next webinar. Thank you so much for making time for this and enjoy the rest of your evening or your morning, depending on where you're watching us from in the world. Thank you so much.